When most people think of Honda SUV, they picture CR-V as one of the top compact crossovers in the world. And to get a better feel for CR-V's place in Honda's lineup, let's take a closer look at its history. The CR-V shares a platform with Honda Civic but has an SUV body, and in the current lineup, CR-V is in the middle, sitting between the HR-V and the larger Passport. And until just recently, there were just 3 SUVs in the lineup, and after Honda's Passport revival, now there are 4. It is HR-V, CR-V, Passport and Pilot. Honda says CR-V stands for Comfortable Runabout Vehicle, while the term Compact Recreational Vehicle is also sometimes used by Honda. The first generation CR-V was in the same time their first own designed sport utility vehicle, and was classified as a luxury vehicle in Japan due to exterior dimensions that were exceeding dimension regulations in Japan. The first generation Honda CR-V arrived in 1995 worldwide as a replacement for a Civic Shuttle 4-wheel drive, which was a light off-road vehicle, and the CR-V's real-time all-wheel drive was more advanced than what was on the Civic Shuttle. Honda was producing CR-Vs in Japan and the UK for the worldwide markets, adding North American manufacturing sites in US and Canada to cover North American markets, and the CR-V is also produced in China for the local Chinese market. And at the time of introduction for North American market during the 1986 Chicago Auto Show, the model only had one trim level, and to make it even more remarkable, you have to look inside, and the rear seats were able to fold down and the picnic table was stowed in the rear floor area. It was powered by 2-liter 126 horsepower engine with the front-wheel drive or Honda's real-time all-wheel drive. And in 1999, the engine was changed to a different 2-liter engine with more power, producing 147 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque. This improved performance for a 3,200-pound vehicle, and the fuel economy was 23 miles per gallon city and 28 highway. In 2000, a special edition model was introduced. It was called SE, featured body-colored bumpers and side moldings, leather interior, CD system, rear privacy glass and navigation. And until 2001, the CR-V sold more than any other vehicle in its class. In 2002, the second generation of Honda CR-V arrived with a complete redesign, but still based on the Honda Civic platform. The North American models had 160 horsepower from 2.4-liter engine, but with the same fuel economy. It was possible because of the iV-Tech system from Honda. And the chassis was also improved, featuring increased bending and rigidity. The suspension got McPherson struts. This generation also saw an increase in cargo space up to 72 cubic feet thanks to the changes that happened on the rear suspension. In 2003, it was reported that Honda took legal action against 2 car manufacturers in China, accusing Laibao SR-V of copying CR-V's exterior design. And as you can see here for yourself, it does look like an exact copy of CR-V. The production of this copy started in 2007 and ended in 2010. And another manufacturer from China made their copy called Maya. And what's even more interesting is that this type of situations are very common in China and common for Chinese car manufacturers making exact copies of world's famous brands. Especially it was common in early 2000s when the Chinese car manufacturers were rapidly developing. And the same happened to Subaru Forester, and I talked about that in my previous video. But it seems like now there's less and less copying, and I think that's because Chinese manufacturers realized that if they wanted to export their cars, that making exact copies of other companies' cars is not going a long way, and it's not going to work in other countries and other markets. Back to CR-V, in 2005, it received a mid-cycle refresh. Changes included new tail lights, headlights and clear indicators. The taillights now use the clear lenses instead of amber or orange for the turnings indicators. And on the inside, the EX Stream received upgrades which included steering wheel mounted audio controls and the outside temperature monitor. And in 2005 it went through some major changes mechanically. The upgrade included drive-by-wire throttles for all CR-Vs. The all-wheel drive system was improved. It was tuned to react faster in low traction situations. And the US market models were equipped with a 5-speed automatic transmission versus the previous 4-speed automatic. The third generation arrived for 2007 model year, and the first noticeable change was the use of the rear lift gate instead of the previous version's side opening rear door. Plus the spare tire was no longer mounted on the rear. It was mounted underneath of the cargo area, which caused the lowering of the center of gravity as another benefit. There was also a facelift for 2010. It was including the powertrain, styling of the interior, which received new seats, new fabrics, wider front armrest, and even new audio controls. This model year also saw even more technology in general as standard, including the USB input. The center rear seat pass-through was also introduced as a new feature on the third generation. This third generation was powered by the latest version of 2.4-liter engine, 166 horsepower, that also produced 161 pound-feet of torque. The similar engines could be found on Honda Accord and the Honda Element. Honda also offered an integrated navigation option. This navigation unit was made for Honda by Alpine and included voice-activated control and in-dash CD player with 6-disc CD changer and a carport for MP3 files for the SD card. Rear backup camera was also included, and in 2008 CR-V continued to be top 10 bestseller and a best-selling SUV of that year in the United States. The fourth generation arrived with the CR-V's concept during the 2011 LA Auto Show and debuting for 2012 model year. Its 2.4-liter iVTEC 4-cylinder engine produced 185 horsepower, and this generation got all new real-time all-wheel drive that featured an intelligent control system and a 5-speed automatic transmission that was standard. The 2015 model year also got a facelift, including the continuously variable transmission to improve fuel economy, and the structure was modified to improve crash performance, especially in the Institute of Highway Safety small offset crash test. The suspension shock absorber, spring, anti-roll bars, and lower control arms are also revised to improve ride performance. And now the fifth generation that was introduced in 2016 in Detroit, it is the current generation. It used the same Honda Civic platform with added optional third-row seats for 7-passenger seating capacity, and the base trim is powered by the Earth Dreams 2.4-liter engine with 184 horsepower. Premium trims are equipped with the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with 190 horsepower, and the US and Canada models are only available with continuously variable transmission. Now it is filled with innovation, and a lot of high-tech equipment is in the Honda Sensing package, which includes features like adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation, braking, and lane keeping assist. These features are standard on EX and above trims. Also, new features that were introduced include blind spot information with rear cross-traffic monitor, replacing the lane watch system from the previous generation, and the automatic high beam headlights. Also, instead of a traditional transmission shifter, Honda gave us buttons to select gears. So do you think it is innovative, or Honda is just staying too far from the norm? So overall, 2019 Honda CR-V has an overwhelming amount of equipment and an impressive fuel economy. concept car-like design and lots of cargo space, and it definitely checks all of the boxes for what makes an excellent crossover. And this is all I have for you today, guys. Check out my channel for my other videos, but for now, thanks for watching and see you on the next one.